to game time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you to Guerin Catholic High School as we bring you Saturday matinee basketball here on IndianaSRN. It's Culver Academy coming into this one tonight at 9-5. They've lost their last two games to South Bend St. Joseph in overtime and Kokomo in their last contest by 14. And they'll be taking on Guerin Catholic, the Golden Eagles, at 16-3. They've won 10 out of their last 11 after losing their last game against Noblesville 54-39. High school basketball in IndianaSRN is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374, representing highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, they're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else? They have the largest selection of great food made from scratch and very affordable. Highway Safety Services. For over 60 years, combined experience in traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page daily with updated news from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and check out the sports page. Troy Nergowski, Tony Donahue with you on a Saturday afternoon. If you're wondering why we're playing on a Saturday afternoon, Tony, we know we have girls sectional finals coming up today, but this could be an interesting matchup. You have Guerin trying to come back from that loss against Noblesville, and Culver almost beat a good South Bend St. Joseph team before losing to Kokomo.
Yeah, South Bend St. Joe, number one in Class 3A, a good school. And you look at Culver Academy, you kind of had to throw the record out, right? You're kind of, in the northern part of the state, I would say. You're obviously a school that is sort of a parochial school, right? Like you got a lot of players that come in from elsewhere. And they play a really tough schedule, and it's a tough schedule that really gets them ready for March and the upcoming IHSAA state tournament, where, it's a quick turnaround. You don't know who you're really going to end up playing. Might not have a lot of film, a lot of travel that goes into it. So, you kind of throw Culver's schedule out or the record out because of the schedule and how tough it can be. Coming down here to Guerin on a Saturday afternoon matinee game, as you mentioned, 2 hour or so bus ride in the rain. We just saw Guerin's JV get the win today, but, I think you kind of throw the record out. They're still a good team. They're above 500 as we know, but they played some really tough competition, which I think will ultimately help them next month when the tournament starts.
Yeah, nobody steps out really when you look at the numbers. They only average about 53 points per game, and Mark Galloway, a lot of fans here in the northern part of Indianapolis know about him being a head coach at Carmel, and then he goes to Culver and really turns that program around.
Yeah, and Culver's a school that can go north and play some teams out of Northwest Indiana. They play some teams, as you mentioned, like South Bend St. Joe, Kokomo, who we know the prestige and the history of that program. So it's a tough schedule for Culver. They're fast, they're quick, they can shoot, and they can get physical. They're a physical basketball team.
By the way, Andrew Oliver Overmeyer leads them in scoring at about 12 points per game. He is, in fact, the only double-digit scorer. Miles Barger averages nearly 10, but they just don't have, at least on paper, a lot of offensive firepower.
Yeah, this is the Guerin Catholic team that can score into the 70s and 80s pretty much automatically night in and night out. Is the Culver team that wants to keep the game under 50. So who can impose their will early? Which team can kind of get in their offensive set and get comfortable while keeping the opposition uncomfortable, I think will be one of the keys here this afternoon.
When we come back, we'll talk about the Golden Eagles of Guerin Catholic next here on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
By the way, Guerin Catholic at 16-3, and they are getting very close to be tournament ready. I know they ended up losing to Noblesville, a good Noblesville team, 54-39, but it all surrounds what Bryson Cardinal can do down low.
Yeah, and you and I were here 2 weeks ago for a game where it seemed like he was off to a slow start, and everybody else around him was playing well. And then we looked down at the stat sheet at the end of the game, and I think he had like 22 and 12. So he gets high percentage looks down low, back to the basket. He can score second chance opportunities. This is a team that gets onto the offensive glass, gets plenty of second chance opportunities, and I think that's going to be a strength that Guerin is going to have this afternoon, is just second chance points and then getting out in transition. A low scoring team like Culver, that tells you they miss a lot of shots. As a team, they shoot 42% from the field. Grab that rebound, push, and get out into transition and get buckets going down court.
It'll be also an advantage a little bit for Guerin. They're going to get one of their better guards back. Malcolm Howes will not start today, but he's back from a concussion.
Yeah, Coach told us that Howes is back from a concussion. Should get 10 to 12 minutes here this afternoon, and we'll see what he can do in his return. Other guys that have stepped up, obviously Hayden Rogers is a guy as a sophomore that's been able to step up for this Guerin Catholic team. Jake Grissom had a big game a few weeks ago as a sophomore as well. So plenty of experience, but some young guys getting that experience, which is huge, as you talked about, for March next month, playing a team like Culver that you don't have a lot of film on, you don't know much about, you know they have a good schedule, you know that they're battle tested. So like I said, you throw that record out the window. And, guys have been sick this week for Guerin Catholic, so stamina, keeping them hydrated, keeping them fueled up is also going to be a key to look for here this afternoon.
Take a timeout. We'll come back. The tip-off starting lineups next here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
One heck of a national anthem.
Yeah, I thought you were singing there for a minute. We want to go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups, and then, of course, Tony will give us the keys to the game.
For tonight's contest, first for the visiting Eagles of Culver Military Academy, a senior, number 2, Wade Settlemeyer. Senior, number 5, Luca Peich. Senior, number 10, Jack Christensen. Junior, number 13, Andrew Oliver Overmeyer. And senior, number 23, Mattis Pictusis. Culver is coached by Mr. Mark Galloway. And now, the starting lineup for your Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles. A sophomore, number 3, Jake Grissom. Senior, number 10, Ryan Paris. A sophomore, number 15, Hayden Rogers. Senior, number 35, Bryson Cardinal. And sophomore, number 40, Carter Berens. The head coach.
Starters for both teams ready to go. Tony, talk about keys to this one.
Yeah, I think if you're Guerin, you want to get out and push that tempo and crash the offensive glass. Look for those second chance opportunities. Obviously, easy to say with Bryson Cardinal down low, averaging 5 offensive rebounds per contest. He had 8 just 2 weeks ago, and a victory here inside of the Guerin Catholic gym. For Culver, manage those rebounds. Don't allow transition buckets. Hit your threes, get high percentage looks. It's a great crowd on both sides. Culver has traveled well here this afternoon, and nothing like some Saturday afternoon hoops. It's raining outside. Where else would you want to be?
By the way, Pictusis, 6'11". This will be quite a challenge here today for Bryson Cardinal. It will be Culver basketball.
Yeah, and so Bryson Cardinal offensively has probably been overbearing to a lot of his opponents, a lot taller. Here, you're going to need the pump fake, use that jab step, go back to the fundamentals, use the glass to get up and over the top of his defender, who, like you said, is got about 3 to 4 inches on him.
Not a big crowd here today, but I should remind everybody you're going to hear a very vocal Culver crowd.
Yeah.
They were vocal in the JV game. How about that 3 in the corner as Pictusis opens things up with a huge bucket?
Yeah, 6'11", putting the hand in a cookie jar there. That was easy buckets from the corner. And the first 3 of the afternoon goes to Culver.
You must be a little bit like you didn't like it in the paint, huh?
Man, it's lava down there sometimes.
I hear you. So Guerin basketball for the first time today is again Bryson Cardinal, a double-double player. Here's a 3 the other way, and the miss by Ryan Paris.
Yeah, good offensive set there. Shared the basketball, got a good look from 3, just a little bit long on it. And as we know, Culver, this is a well-coached team. This is a basketball team that has had experience in the IHSAA tournament, going deep, and a nice backdoor cut here, but good defense, but a second chance opportunity, and it's a quick 5-0 start. Guerin will call a quick 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Luka Pajic able to get the bucket there. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in the state of Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call, 317-849-0810.
Yeah, I like Coach Allen taking that time out there, saying, look, what do we got to do? We can't allow these second chance opportunities. And, yeah, he's 6'11", but he's going to step out and take a 3, and we're going to have some quick substitutions here early.
A whole 5, Tony. I mean, the starting 5 sitting down.
There you go. Sit down for about 2 minutes, learn your lesson.
And if you're not ready to play, you will sit over here.
Yeah, and Coach Allen told me before the game, look, we're a little bit tired. We've been playing, practicing. You and I talked about this 2 weeks ago. It was like the dog days of January. Now you're in February. You can see that March light. We're 2 weeks away from the selection for the tournament, but you got to get there, right? You got to get there. And sometimes as a basketball coach, you look at it and say, okay, look, everybody can earn playing time, and everybody can lose playing time, and that's what Coach Allen just said by benching the entire starting 5.
So it will be Guerin basketball. The shot from the corner, good, and how about that as Malcolm Howes coming in and gets instant points.
Yeah, Howes hasn't played in a while. Concussion, back today. Expected to play 10 to 12 minutes. Knocks down that 3, the lefty, smooth. And a quick answer to that 5-0 run over the first minute and a half from Culver.
You know, the starters there for Guerin, they don't need any water breaks. They weren't out there long enough, were they? So it will be Culver basketball leading it by 2.
Like Bobby Knight said it best, the biggest motivator is A on B.
So Culver with the basketball leading it by 2, and they're very patient offensively.
Bold strategy to sit everybody. We'll see how long he wants to do it.
The lob pass underneath. Christensen had his man pinned, but wasn't able to shoot the basketball. Didn't have a great angle.
Good, slow, patient offensive set here for Culver.
And that might be also why they only average 53 points per game.
Yeah, I mean, expect to see 30 to 45-second possessions here, and you want to end that with a good look, which they got here, and yet another offensive rebound. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 6'8", if you're 5'4". That ball's in the air. You've got to find 23, get your butt into them, and push them back. Nice 3 here off the corner screen for Guerin on the replay to get on the board. But 3 minutes gone by.
By the way, Julian Melendez picked up that last foul. The dump down, again, not a good angle, and the 3 on the way, 2 in a row by Pictuis.
My goodness. 6'11".
Was he talking to you before the game?
Yeah, I said, look, man. 2 good looks, and that's what we talked about. Those offensive sets that'll wear a defense down, especially when they score 30 to 45 seconds into, because you feel like you're playing great defense, right? Like you've been defensively 30, 45 seconds, and then to give up a 3, you're going, oh, we just played a full 30 seconds of great defense to give that up. That can be deflating.
By the way, Bryson Cardinal is back in as Jack Tolles will sit down. As Guerin's going to need a little bit of offensive spark. And we got a turnover, and that'll be the first one. By the way, Guerin only turns the ball over about 9.8 times per game.
Yeah, you'll take that. That's good discipline. That's good protection of the basketball. But again, now defensively, can you get a stop? You know that possessions here in this first quarter have been few and far between. I think Guerin's only had 3 offensive sets. Culver on their 4th offensive set. That's 1 a minute as we reach the 4-minute mark here of the first quarter.
And by the way, Hayden Rogers back in, so 2 of the starters have re-entered the contest for Guerin. Let's see how much time that Culver will take off the clock this time.
Yeah, a lot of stagnant, just kind of run in motion. Run in motion, and then if you get a good look on a down screen, they're going to get a shot. But it's just kind of, this is motion basketball right here. One guy cuts through, set a screen, come back up, reset.
Pictuis wanted the basketball again on that left wing. He was ready to shoot another 3.
You know, look, there's a rule. There is a rule. If you've knocked down 2, you better be getting that 3rd as a heat check. And that's a foul from behind. Just a little hesitation there. So, again, this has been a 32-second possession for Culver. And that's why I think you'll see mass substitutions here as Coach Allen's doing. One, Guerin's kids have been sick this week, right? So you're a little bit weaker in the knees. And they're going to wear you down offensively, Culver is.
Andrew Reithman picks up the foul, and he comes out of the lineup. That'll be the 2nd foul now on Guerin.
There it is.
Yep, missed this one off the front of the rim.
But that's there's unspoken rules of baseball. There's unspoken rules of basketball as well. And if you've knocked down 2 threes, you better be the next person shooting a 3 to try to go 3 in a row, get your heat check.
So Pictuis now is, as you mentioned, 2 of 3 from 3-point range. Back in the lineup, as we had mentioned, too, is Jake Grissom.
I think for Guerin here, you want to see the ball go through the rim, but then you want to set up your defense and come out in a full-court press that's going to be on the ground.
Yeah, I think they ended up getting Pajec.
When you make a basket, it allows you to set your defense. You're not playing on the run. And getting baskets to set up your D and putting that full-court pressure could speed up Culver offensively.
They're going to say it's going to be Jack Christensen, not Pajec. As Guerin still with only 3 points so far. And a near turnover. Here's a 3 on the way. It is no good by Rogers, and yet able to get it back. The putback twice, and finally they get points on the board.
Great second chance opportunity there, and I think you'll see a little four-court pressure here as we do to see if Guerin defensively can speed up Culver offensively, as there's only 2:30 left to go in this first quarter.
Ryan Paris able to get the points on that last possession, and we got a traveling call.
Yeah, walked with it. I think he had it, took one extra step to try to get some spacing away from Cardinal, and got caught with the travel.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call, 317-472-7600. Got a whistle, and Jake Grissom on the drive. Now let's see if it'll be a 2-shot foul. And it will be.
Yeah, they got him there with the hip check. So again here, Guerin Catholic, make your free throws, set up your defense, put some full court pressure on them. We saw them there. They sped up Culver offensively, and that led to the turnover.
By the way, that's the second foul now on Settlemeyer, so he's going to come out of the game. Miles Barger comes in. He's averaging nearly 10 per game. He's an excellent three-point shooter, 36%. Second free throw missed. Pictuis with the rebound, and he'll bring the ball up the floor himself.
Yeah, if he's got the basketball and he's dribbling, you got to put pressure on him. That looked about as lackadaisical as you can get.
2 minutes remaining here in the first. Oliver Overmeyer.
There's 2 minutes to go. They want to hold for the last shot?
They might. Pictuis. Short. Offensive rebound. Put back. No.
Oh, he got him in the face. Looked like it was accidental contact. Was waiting for the camp out in the lane there. Didn't get the call. Offensive rebound. Ball loose. Looked like some incidental contact. Grissom's tough kid. He'll take it.
Oliver Overmeyer picks up his first. That is the fourth team foul, as we'll see Settlemeyer come back in, and Luka Pajec will sit down. Under a minute 45 now in this opening quarter as Guerin, by the way, in their last game against Noblesville, they only scored 17 points in the entire first half. They really struggled. Here's a wide open three by Grissom. Can't get it to go.
Good look. Maybe a little bit more contested than I think that he thought he originally would have been when he stepped into that shot.
You know, some of the other numbers, when you look at that game against Noblesville, they shot only 30% for the entire game, and Bryson Cardinal was 2 of 16. You don't see that very often from him.
The way that this game's going, I don't think we'll see him get 16 shots up. We might not see Guerin get 16 shots up in this half.
Culver has run it now under a minute. Well, I'll tell you one thing for sure, it's not going to mess you up your score sheet.
No. I mean, do you hold for the last shot here? I mean, 38 seconds to go.
Might as well now, right?
They've cut the possessions in half by just slowing things up, and they're going to. I think you hold for the last shot.
And it certainly appears that's going to be the case.
Don't allow Guerin to get any momentum. You know, we always talk about teams that in quarters and in halves on a run or with a big play. That's how you carry momentum and win basketball games. You don't want to give Guerin on their home court an opportunity to gain a little bit of momentum back here, because your tempo has really been the key here in this first quarter. I mean, they've slowed things down. This game has been played on Culver Academy's tempo.
Got a timeout on the floor. Let's see. I think this will be a 30-second timeout. Want to remind you that today's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374. And also want to thank the great folks at Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company. Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Give them a call, 317-537-1811. So what would be your theory of why Guerin has struggled here in the last couple of games, scoring and even just shooting the basketball?
Yeah, we go back to when you and I did them about a week and a half ago. They were in the middle of 3 games in a week. Last week, big time against Noblesville and Cathedral. Here, you're a little bit tired. You got some kids that are sick, and you're just that's a tough foul.
Yeah, they will end up getting R.J. Hill. That is the 4th foul. Well, I agree with you that sometimes when you have that much sickness that nobody's 100%, it can be awful tough.
And it's going around. I mean, I think everybody knows somebody who's going through it. And again, look, this possession started with 56 seconds on the clock, so they've slowed it down. They said, look, we're not going to let you get to 70 points. We're not going to let you get to 60 points. And we talked about a key to this one is who early on can impose their will and play their brand of basketball. So far, it's been Culver Academy in that department.
Morans and Tolles back in as Hill will sit down and Bryson Cardinal sits down. Still has not scored today. You mentioned earlier he may not get 16 shots the entire game.
Should have kicked that one out. He stepped out of bounds.
Yep, that was Oliver Overmeyer. Got trapped on the baseline. Their second turnover.
Run the Bryce Drew here. You got 1.4. How about a back screen at half court? Take one dribble. Fire that thing from the logo.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Guerin in the first 8 minutes sub this much.
Yeah, or have 6 points.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's going to be a catch. One dribble. Looks good. Oh!
Good look there by Ryan Paris. After the first quarter, 8-6, Culver.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family, come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best. but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Today's game brought to you by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper have been the trusted allies for inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. 317-396-1023. We've got a foul call, offensive foul. I believe they may have gotten Cardinal.
Inventory management has been the mass substitutions we've seen here from Guerin Catholic. That quick 5-0 run to start put the starters on the bench a minute and a half into that first quarter. Culver has slowed it down.
By the way, it's going to be Malcolm Howes on the foul away from the basketball.
Does, however, allow Guerin to set up their defense in full court pressure. Culver breaks it. And again, they'll slow it up. I mean, Troy, we saw 52-second, 48-second possessions in that first quarter, and that's why it's 8-6 here to start this second quarter.
Well, Culver very patient, going to make the Golden Eagles play a lot of defense apparently here today.
And I think if you're Guerin, you're going to have to at some point say, we're going to have to be aggressive. We're going to have to, not worry about foul. Let's get some steals. Let's get them off of this slowing down. I mean, we're going on a minute on this possession here. And again, still key, though, at the end of the possession, you want to get a good look. They were able to do that for the most part in the first quarter.
We have not seen yet either of the two leading scorers on each team. I'm not even sure they even really shot the basketball, but I know they haven't scored. That is Oliver Overmeyer.
Yeah, Culver's scoring has came via mostly the 3-ball, with their big man coming outside and hitting 2 corner threes early in that first. No way.
Yeah, they tried to lob it. That was read well that time by Malcolm Howes.
How about a 72-second possession there, a minute 12. There was Jack Butcher, I believe it was called Butcher Ball, down at, I want to say North Davies, Lagodi, that area. And he used to win basketball games like 19-12.
And loved every minute of it.
Oh, man.
So Guerin down by 2. They'll go inside to Cardinal. He draws the double team, and they're going to get a reaching foul on Jack Christensen.
Yeah. Great job there by Cardinal, keeping the ball shoulder length and higher. We talk about it, Zach Edey syndrome. Sometimes you bring that ball down to the hip, that thing's going to get stripped away, and they're not going to call a foul on a 5'4" kid coming to strip a 6'7" kid. Heck, no, they're not going to call it. So you keep that ball above the shoulder, and you go up strong.
Cardinal finally in the scorebook. It's a 1-point lead. By the way, I see a big Chiefs fan here. So Super Bowl tomorrow.
I've seen 2 of them.
Oh, there's one there. Where's the other one at?
I've seen there's a shirt up there.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a Chief shirt or a Kansas City Swifties shirt. I know our boy Justin here, big T Sweezy guy. He's got Kelsey to score a touchdown tomorrow. Chiefs to win by 1 and the Gatorade to be blue.
All right. Grissom picks up his first. I'm going for Philly tomorrow, though.
I can't do it.
No?
I can't do it. I actually really like Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think I like anything out of Philadelphia. I don't even like cheesesteaks. I don't like cream cheese.
I just don't want to see a whole lot of Taylor Swift tomorrow, okay?
Well,
I mean, I don't need to see it every play.
Philly is not the city of brotherly love, let me tell you that.
They hate everything there.
I know they want you to think it. Pacers playing well. Pacers play the Lakers today.
Yeah.
I don't know if Luka's playing in that one, but we'll have to see.
How much longer is it going to take him to get in uniform?
Yeah. ESPN took that game, and they're like, nope, good luck here, top key.
Oh.
Couldn't get it to go.
Well, they haven't scored in a while as Diffenbach can't get it to go.
This game was 8-3 in favor of Culver at the 5.5-minute mark. So, I mean, they've gone a full 10 minutes without a score, and a nice dribble drive and 1 for Will Bach.
Is that Bach or Paris?
Sorry, that was.
Is that 10?
I've got 10. Yes, that's Paris.
Yeah. Diffenbach just
Ryan
picked up
Paris.
the foul.
Ryan Paris to the bucket. So a nice drive there. And that's how you speed up the tempo, right? You get to the rack. Now you've taken a lead on a 7-0 run over, I don't know, it seems like the last 40 minutes in like actual minutes because it's been slow. You speed up the tempo, and now Culver's going, well, we got to speed things up too because we've got to get back in this game because, look, a 10-point lead if Guerin can push it by halftime. That would seem – there you go. Get in the passing lanes. You've got to be aggressive. I like the aggressive defense here for Guerin. I'd even do some double teams.
Wow, a lot of contact and no foul there as Pyatt loses the basketball. That's their fourth.
Yeah. I mean, this was 8-3.
Yeah.
It was 2 threes early. It was 6 points. They had early off the 3 ball.
Now, listen, I totally understand ball control, half-court offense, but I think sometimes you get into that mindset that maybe you don't always look to score. There's a turnover.
Yeah, unforced error. Yeah, and you're looking, for that. Hey, let's make 5 passes on this possession, and let's wait a full minute before we go. And it works until it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it works against teams that allow that to work. But Guerin is too good. They're too well coached. They're going to say, look, defensively, we're going to push you. We're going to get into those passing lanes. We're going to force you to turn the basketball over. We're going to get out and run, and we're going to score. Just like that, quick turnover off of aggressive defense. Couldn't quite finish it. Cardinal swatted away.
Ooh. Pictuus gets his first block, and we have a foul call.
Getting a little chippy.
5 turnovers now by Culver. Yeah,
anybody gets into a fight, I'm hiding behind Justin.
There you go.
Justin's got us all.
Foul's going to go on Diffenbach. That'll be number 2 on Diffenbach. Coming out of the lineup there will be House.
Yeah, I think if you get a good look at a 3 ball here, maybe lob it up, a little bit of a zone pressure here. Little lob, boom.
Oh.
Couldn't quite get it, but a second chance opportunity.
Nice drive.
Buckets.
Basket good by Rogers.
Yeah, I like it. This is a 10-0 run to go up by 4 over the last, it's been a full quarter.
Yeah.
Since Culver has scored. And this is defense for Guerin Catholic turned into offense.
They're trying to get it inside to Pictuus, but everybody's doing a nice job, including Cardinal fronting him.
Yep. They got the message. They were benched in the first minute and a half. Look, I'm not going to stand for this. This is the matchup we want to see right here. Great hands by Cardinal with the steal. He says, look, just take it yourself, young man. Ooh. He fouled on the ground.
Reaching foul on Barger.
Love it. Love the aggression. You're going to put your back to try to get physical down low. I'm going to strip that thing right away and start the break.
Well, now if you're Culver, you got to find a way to get some flow down that offense. Like you said earlier, those 2 threes, and we got a bucket good.
Paris again, right off the inbound.
But I was going to mention the thing about Culver is they just have no rhythm to this offense right now. They're just kind of passing and not looking to score.
Yeah, they really haven't been much in a rhythm at all offensively. Like you said, great point. Those 2 threes, you take those off the board. And man,
they're in trouble.
And coming from, your big man at 6'11" that you don't expect to knock down 2 threes or to even shoot 2 threes.
They're trying to get it inside to Jack Christensen, who's at about 6'4", and there's a 3 missed. And looks like we may have a foul on Guerin.
Yeah. Great look there off the screen. Not sure the foul there. You can block a kid out. You can box out and push him back. I don't know if they must have done it while he was in the air. Why not hold for the last possession here? 3:05 to go.
They might.
They're going, look, they're on a 12-0 run. We're content going to the locker room down 6. We'll take it. Let's not give them anything else.
See, not even there they look for a shot.
Yeah, they just look panicked.
Boy, and that should have been a travel, but he stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
Yeah, they just look panicked now. When this is what happens when all of a sudden you're down 6. And trust me, the players in maroon on the court right now, being down 6 feels like they're down 15.
Yeah. Guerin, by the way, defensively only give up about 45 per game, so you're not going to, even on a regular night, going to get a whole lot of points against them.
It was 8-6 in favor of Culver at the end of the first quarter.
And by the way, doing this without Cardinal scoring a bucket so far.
Yeah.
Good look at Howes. Drives in with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Tip
Good
out.
save. Good
yeah,
save.
Great save. But
You got to look up. You got to look up. They're just, oh.
You mean they had 2 guys down the floor and nobody saw them?
Oh, it's just, oh boy.
Wow.
It's
8 turnovers now by Culver.
You can't speed up offensively if you're Culver because you turn the basketball over, and then you can't slow it down because you end up turning the ball over feeling like, oh, we got to go because we held the ball for a minute.
Pyatt back in after that turnover. Settlemeyer comes out. Today's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, as there's a wide-open 3 by Howes, no good. And we'll stay right here.
You know, I don't care who you are. I don't care if we're playing middle school basketball or in the NBA. You keep a team scoreless for 11-plus minutes, you're going to have an opportunity to win a lot of basketball games.
Pictuis picks up the foul.
Are they going to blank him for the quarter?
Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Whew. Here is Carter Moran's at the line.
But great adjustments, right? Coach Allen says, look, we're going to bench some guys. We've got to speed them up on offense. We've got to get in those passing lanes. We've got to, if it means double team and we give up an open layup, it means we give up an open layup. Let's get out and push and pick up this tempo. And since they've done that, it's obviously been a massive 13-0 run here. And it's been 11-plus since Culver has scored. That's just not a field goal. That's scored, period.
That's right. So under 2 minutes remaining.
Look like IU right now.
How are they doing against Michigan, by the way? Not good.
43-27.
There you go. Go Wolverines.
The Wolves.
Go blue.
There you go. Purdue, big win last night. You just can't know.
They're going to call a foul, I think, on Malcolm Howes from behind. Say pushed.
They got him going up on it, too.
So that'll be, again, his second and the 4th team foul. And they're going to say that Pictusis was shooting.
Yeah. Okay. There was a warning here. They didn't like the call.
No.
And there's 2 reasons why they didn't like the call. One, it was a little bit out of sorts to make that a shot attempt on kind of a tip. And 2, the call was made 20 feet away with an official standing underneath the basket.
Yeah.
That's why I think they were upset. So warning to Guerin, all good. We are all officially human.
Aren't we?
While Culver still has a goose egg here in the second quarter.
Pictusis, by the way, 6 points, but missed those 2 free throws, and we got a foul, and they may get Pictusis on this one. They do.
All right, Ben, come take over. I'm checking in for Culver. I've got 1:24. I can get up at least 3 threes if I could make one.
They might not get you the basketball.
Well, yeah. It might make me hold it. I'm not good at doing that. That thing's going up.
As we have figured out over the years, we've known Tony, there's not a shot he doesn't like.
You know? As long as I'm in the gym.
The good news is you never have to worry about getting your shoes all messed up by the paint.
No way.
By the way, 3 fouls now on Pictusis.
Ooh.
Oh, my.
Good offensive rebound and one.
How about that play by Julian Melendez?
Yeah, Melendez is the guy that checks in off the bench for this Guerin Catholic team, always provides a spark. A lot of what he does doesn't show up and look, he just kind of pushes his way forward. And a lot of what he does doesn't show. He's the guy in the passing lanes, getting the steals, setting the screens, bringing that energy. And
by the way, Christensen has 3.
18-8. It's a 15-0 run. Let's see if Culver decides to hold for the last shot here at the minute 14 to go, trailing by 10, which, as I mentioned, I said this 5 minutes ago, if Culver can push this to if Guerin can push this to a double-digit deficit, it's going to feel astronomical, and that's exactly what they've done, leading 18-8.
They're going to make another change. Culver is on the next dead ball, but they cannot find a shot.
There might not be another dead ball. Great job by Cardinal there, getting in the passing lane, aggressive. That's okay. You give up the corner 3, misses anyway. But sometimes you're willing to give up that shot knowing that you went for a steal to try to get them off of their rhythm.
Got a reaching foul called on Barger. By the way, there are 2 players now with 3 fouls for Culver. One, Jack Christensen. The other one is Pictuzis. Moran's at the line for 2.
Troy, I've played in, I've broadcasted, and I've seen a lot of basketball in my life. A scoreless quarter.
Rare.
I don't think I've ever seen it. That's even more rare than the banked 3 that I've been looking for.
I know you haven't had one yet.
I've been looking for the banked 3. I got one at the Pacer game last week from Thomas Bryant.
There you go. So now you need one here at this level. Second free throw by Morans, and he has 4 points.
A 17-0 run, and it's been 13 and a half minutes since Culver has put the basketball into the basket.
And they're down to their final 32.
Give me 15 minutes from the top row here. I'll put one in.
There's another 3 and missed by Barger.
They went quick.
Are you going to be here at halftime? Are you going to join them in the locker room?
I'm going to go in the locker room and say, look, got to speed, set some screens, start getting some shots up.
Maybe they got an extra jersey for you.
Well, this is really going to bring down the average points per game for Guerin, but, you still have a 12-point lead, maybe more at halftime.
Grissom for 3. What a run by Guerin Catholic, and they have shut out Culver in the second quarter. And take a look at that 3.
Yeah, we talk about finishing quarters with momentum, finishing quarters strong. They hold them. They hold Culver Academy scoreless. A 20-0 run over the final 13 minutes of that first half. Incredible. Great job by Coach Allen. Great job by Guerin Catholic.
And by the way, Guerin did that with Bryson Cardinal, just 2 free throws in the first half. Halftime score, Guerin 23 and Culver Academy 8. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN.
I've never seen that.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program,
with our reach. Maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation, or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
It's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
Back here at Guerin Catholic High School, 23-8, your halftime score. You had the official stat sheet, and if you're Culver, you look at those numbers, and there's a lot of zeros on there.
You know, the band's playing Metallica Enter Sandman, Night, blanked in the second quarter, and slowing it down and trying to eliminate possessions can be your best friend, as it was for the first 4.5 minutes of that first quarter.
Yeah.
And Guerin was frustrated. Their 5 starters were benched. Coach Allen said, look, ain't going to stand for it. It's a 20-0 run, that 3 to send us into halftime. They went scoreless. This game was 8-3 at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. So it's been 13-plus minutes since Culver Academy has scored. And you look, 3 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from 2 of 8 from downtown. Those are those 2 threes early.
Yeah.
Very early, Troy. Only 8 points, 10 turnovers, 12 fouls. Not good. Look, I've seen some ugly basketball. And I mentioned this. If Guerin could be up by 10 points at halftime, that seems like an astronomical number, knowing that it seems like Culver's pace is going to be to slow things down. Now basketball is a game of runs.
Yeah.
You're only down 15, which seems undoable since you've only scored 8 points. But if you start working inside out, speed things up, and get some high percentage looks, a quick run out of this to start this third quarter, 7-8-0 run, and you're kind of back into it. But great job by Guerin. And what they did was they said, look, we're not going to allow you to slow it down on offense. We're going to aggressively pursue you on the defensive side of the basketball. We're going to get in those passing lanes. We're going to make you uncomfortable. We're going to look for those steals, and that's what led to this 20-0 run.
Today's game brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. For more information, give them a call, 765-446-1502. We'll come back with the second half in a moment here on Indiana SRN.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Vertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Indiana SRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome back to Guerin Catholic High School. Halftime score 23-8. By the way, it was Pictuzis who led the way for Culver with 6. And then Payach had 2. They did not get any points out of the leading scorer, Oliver Overmeyer, who averages 12. They had Barger come off the bench. Now, he's a 10-point scorer at about 9.9. He did not score in the first half. As for Guerin Catholic, how about a nice night for Ryan Paris? He finished the first half with 6. Jake Grissom had 4. Carter Moran's had 4. And then 2 by Bryson Cardinal. Julian Melendez had 2. And Hayden Rogers finished with 2. One other thing that Guerin is going to have to be, or Culver is going to have to be careful is they have 2 players with 3 fouls, and one of those is Jack Christensen, and then also Pictuzis has 3 fouls. So a couple of the big guys are going to have to be very careful here in the second half.
Yeah, and if you were to tell me at halftime Bryson Cardinal only has 2 points, I'd say, well, they're probably down or they're in a battle and a close one. But you and I learned this a few weeks ago when we had them on a Wednesday night. I think it was, about 10 days ago. Guys can step up around Bryson Cardinal. Guys can make shots. We've talked about guys like Paris and Grissom and House, who's came back today and gotten into the scorebook. Julian Melendez, a guy off the bench who provides a spark. So, yes, Cardinal is your main guy, and he can score, and he's a phenomenal player. But there's other guys around him that also have no problem stepping out.
By the way, the score clock caretaker forgot to reset the clock, so they had to stop it for a couple of moments. So it will be Eagles basketball, not the Golden Eagles, but the Eagles of Culver Academy.
Yeah, and unfortunately here, offensively for Culver, you're going to have to speed things up. You're going to have to do things that probably make you uncomfortable because this is no longer a possession game down 15.
And Guerin in that 2-3 zone, and the first shot up and good, and there he is again. Pictuzis, yeah. He has 9.
And all 3 from the corner, from downtown. He's got a smooth stroke. He's 3 of 4 from distance, and that's what you wanted coming out of this third quarter. Get yourself on a nice little run here. Get yourself some good looks, but you're going to have to speed up the tempo. It was a great offensive set there. Cardinal tries to answer back. Leaves it short.
So, again, Cardinal still with just 2 points, both on free throws tonight. And the drought is over, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Via the 3-ball.
Still a 12-point lead is...
No travel.
Yep, we got a traveling call there on Payach.
I think the chair, so to speak, the proverbial chair was pulled from underneath him.
9 turnovers now by Culver Academy. There for a while, they had 8 turnovers and 8 points.
Yeah, It's never good when your turnovers and points are similar.
Well, I tell you what, Cardinals drawing a double team every time. Who got a hook up down low. They're going to get Jack Christensen, and I think that's number 4 on him.
Yeah, he's going to probably have to take a seat.
Fouls on Culver, number 10, Jack Christensen.
So you lose some size here with that substitution.
Yeah, he's also looks like a pretty strong kid at 6'4".
Yeah, he's got some shoulders, that's for sure.
Well, every time the Cardinal gets it underneath, they double team him. Here's a wide open 3 by Paris, missed it.
Yep. Your Culver, go. Let's push it here. Let's push the basketball. Let's get a bucket. Let's get a little run going here.
I don't think they're listening to you.
No, they're not.
Pictuzis on the drive.
Woo!
How about that runner in the lane?
Got Akeem Olajuwon out there?
No kidding.
I like the bucket, high percentage, 5-0 run to start the quarter.
And by the way, Oliver Overmeyer, his first points as Cardinal misses short.
Oh, you got to push that basketball up. You got to look up. That's what, Troy, 2 or 3 times now on a fast break. They've had guys wide open, and you're going to travel there.
Yep, that'll be number 10.
Yeah, you got to keep the feet on the ground. Man, it's 2 or 3 times this game that Culver has had one quick outlet pass and had a wide open look, and they haven't been able to get the basketball up.
Yeah, remember that earlier one in the first half? They had two guys down here.
2.
Waving their arms.
Ran out and got a popcorn, came back and still been open.
Now a 10-point lead.
Oh, great extra pass there. Great find by Grissom. An aggressive pass down low that earns a trip to the line. And it was a great job there by Paris, keeping the basketball above the shoulders, going right up with it, gets fouled, earns himself a trip to the charity stripe.
By the way, Tony, the third foul now on Barger, so he has 3.
A lot of foul trouble.
Paris now with 7, so you put 4 on Christensen, you have 3 on Barger, you have 3 on Pictuzis. So that makes your defense a little more tentative as the lead back to 12. Want to remind you that today's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials, as that shot's going to be missed, and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court, as that might be a blocked shot on the attempt by Grissom. Now that we're running, and the bucket good by Oliver Overmeyer. Why is it they start running when I start doing a read? Again, Officially Human.
You were looking for the announcer's jinx where an official would have called a foul while doing the Officially Human one. There it is. Finish it off, Troy.
I'm going to finish it after the foul there by Oliver Overmeyer. Again, Officially Human. Do your part and practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play.
So you're down 15.5. You know, you're probably looking at chopping it by 5. You've chopped it. Here's the first 5. Can you take that next step and get this into a single-digit deficit? Get this to around 5 or 6 points heading into that fourth quarter.
Baseline shot by Grissom is missed.
And here we go. They're pushing it. They're not allowing Guerin to get second-chance opportunities.
Wide open 3 is on the way and good by Settlemeyer.
I'd probably be getting a timeout here. Culver all of a sudden has scored 10 points in 3.5 minutes. Who do they think they are?
I just figured, at halftime, let's just go out and run it, right?
Yep. Great defense here again.
Maybe they got a little.
No, they got a stern talking to. I got a stern talking to. So you score 8 points in the first half. You go 13 minutes scoreless. And now you've scored 10 points in less than half the quarter. Who are these Culver Academy Eagles?
It's a weird game, isn't it?
It's a like I said at halftime, it's a game of runs.
The try, basket by Grissom.
Great job there by Grissom, going up, hanging, taking the contact, laying it in off the glass.
That'll go against Settlemeyer. That'll be his third.
Wade Settlemeyer, Jake Grissom, and 1.
So Grissom at the line. Well, like you said earlier, you've seen a lot of basketball over the years, and it only takes a few more years to figure out you think you've seen everything, and then that changes quickly.
It certainly does. Quicker than you would expect, too.
Yes. Grissom misses the free throw. They've not shot well from the line tonight.
No. I think they've missed 3 here in this second half alone.
Culver down by 9.
After going 7 of 12 from the stripe in that first half.
Foul call. And that'll go against Hayden Rogers. That's his third.
Hoosiers have cut it to 9 for those following at home with us here at IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
So is that at Bloomington?
That is.
Is it? Of course, I'd be interested to see how they reacted to Mike Woodson deciding to step down after the end of the year.
We have to pull the film from Kilroy's.
Down to 3:35.
Good look. Bango.
Barker.
I'd be thinking about getting a timeout here. This is down to a 6-point deficit. They've outscored you 13-4 in the quarter. They're hitting threes. They're getting confident again.
Yeah, those 3 threes now in this third quarter as Cardinal drives.
Great pass.
Layup good by Grissom.
Great vision. Takes the contact. Grissom says, I got to go help my guy out because there's a double team. I'm going to cut towards him, towards the basket. Crisp pass, lays it in.
Christian Desadier ready to come in now for Culver.
Sounds Francais.
He is. Culver's offense has all of a sudden come alive here in the third quarter. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, the IndianaSRN sports page will have high school, college, pro sports scores and more. Nice pass and the layup good by Pyatt.
Great usage of the screen, right? The screen is the most effective when the player runs and brushes shoulders with the player setting the screen. Does a great job there. Doesn't allow the defender to get through. Takes it and goes straight to the rack.
Contact and the basket good by Grissom.
Nice job there by Grissom. His second and one opportunity of the quarter.
You know, you mentioned that about coming off that shoulder. You don't see that very much either. Everybody kind of swings around. You wonder why the big guys get in trouble.
Yeah. And when you don't and you leave some gap, that allows, as you mentioned, the screener to move, which becomes an illegal screen, or allows a defender to get through. So when you come off that screen, you want to brush shoulders with your teammate to allow him to set the screen and allow you some space. That's what we saw there.
By the way,
setting screens 101.
Exactly. Thank you. Now if we could just have everybody do it that way.
Yes.
Turnover, a bad pass, and guess who again? It's going to be Grissom.
Grissom on a roll here.
11.
A lot of his field goals coming from inside the paint, and they build it back to a double-digit lead.
Boy, a lot of work to get back into this thing, to give it right back. 4 shots going to be missed there by Oliver Overmeyer.
Yeah, Overmeyer, I know you're the top scorer, but your double team, kick out, and we're going to have an offensive foul here on Cardinal with the hook around.
So Cardinal picks up, that's only their 4th turnover.
They only average 9 per game, so under their average, which is always a good thing. All right, 1:49 here to go. We talk about finishing quarters. We talk about having that momentum. We saw Culver get off to a good start in that first quarter, but it was Guerin at the end of the first and the end of the second with that 3 that took momentum. Finishing the quarter strong here. Oh.
Yeah, they got Grissom for number 2 on the reach.
Number 3, Jake Grissom.
Went for it. I like it. I like the aggression.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call for more information at 317-894-7000.
Guerin coming out and double teaming.
Oof, almost got a turnover there. By the way, they did not let Pictusis get open for another 3.
Nice steal here. Picks the pocket. Oh!
Nice hustle there by Diffenbach.
Yeah, Diffenbach comes back, gets his hand on the basketball, and strips that thing away.
Culver now with 12 turnovers. You know, R.J. Hill has played well off the bench today for Guerin, a name that you generally are not going to see.
Great screen. Bang.
Yep, there is Ryan Paris.
Guerin Catholic is what they do, I think, better than a lot of teams in Class 3A is out-of-bounds plays. Plays off the dead ball, whether it's Cardinal down low, getting a lob to go up and get a high percentage look at the rack, a nice screen there for the three. Guerin Catholic does a great job on the out-of-bounds play, getting high percentage looks.
Pictuzis down low, and they're going to get him for an offensive foul, and that's going to be another big foul on the big fella.
Yeah, lower the boom, look for that contact, and dip that shoulder, and got called for the offensive foul.
We're going to see another change here for Guerin as they will bring Jack Tolles in, and R.J. Hill will sit down. That's the fourth foul now on Pictuzis. He may sit for a little while if he gets in foul trouble again, as the foul there will send Tolles to the line. And you know, the flow of this game has been interesting. You talked about it earlier. Now you're looking at the lead was at 6, and all of a sudden it's all the way back to 14.
Yeah, and Guerin has done a good job multiple times in this game just handling the pressure, handling runs that Culver has gone on. They've adjusted. And as we mentioned, there's two things you always hear in basketball. Water always finds its level, and it's a game of runs. And that's what this one has been.
By the way, the Golden Eagles have missed 8 free throws today.
Yeah. You don't want that. You don't want that going into March. You want to clean that up. An easy thing to clean up. But you know, there's always a Monday practice where you say we're going to get in line, we're going to run, and then I'm going to call random people out to shoot free throws.
Yeah.
We used to do that often, where if we had a bad night from the free throw line, there would be 50 down and backs on the board, and you could take one off per free throw. I steal here.
Yep. Turnover leads to a basket again by Grissom.
Grissom has had a great There we go. Oh, that looked good off of his arms. But a great job by Grissom. He really was a difference in that third quarter. He had multiple steals, multiple plays at the basket, multiple and one opportunities, and they've pushed this lead from 15 to 17 after being outscored at 1 point in this third quarter by 7.
Down by 17, go to the fourth.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt. Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Well, it's a 17-point lead. By the way, Jake Grissom, 15 points. Ryan Paris with 11.
And we talked about at the beginning of this game, Troy, you know, Cardinal is obviously their leading scorer, but you and I have done a few of their games to know that there are other guys that will step up. Paris can step up. House, who's in his first game back, stepped up. Grissom had a big game 2 weeks ago when we were here. And another one here tonight to be the difference. And it was a big start to that third quarter for Culver.
Yeah.
They had cut this lead from 23-8 down to 27-23. I believe they had cut it down. And, sorry, I think they cut it down to 6 at one point was the most. Maybe it was 29-23. And you thought, okay, you know, can you keep digging? Can you keep moving forward? And Guerin said, nuh-uh, we're done with that. And they ended up winning the quarter by 2. It was a 15-point lead at half, and now a 17-point lead as we enter this fourth quarter.
Jake Grissom, by the way, getting a well-deserved break here in the fourth quarter as the drive and the foul call against Cardinal.
Fouls on Guerin Catholic, number 35, Bryson.
Grissom heard you. He's going to check in.
I think that Bryson might have taken a shot south of the border.
Yeah.
So that one will settle you down a little bit.
That'll sting.
Pyatt at the line, only 2 points, now 3. By the way, they, speaking of Culver Academy, have been to the line just twice. Those were the 2 misses by Pictuzis back in the second quarter.
We'll give a shout to the Culver faithful. A lot of folks making the trip down.
Yeah.
Probably about an hour and 45, 2 hours maybe. I think it's Lake Maxon, Kentucky.
They, by the way, just played Kokomo, I think, at home, too.
Yeah, they played South Bend St. Joe to overtime. St. Joe, one of the top teams.
Floater by Morans, missed it.
In the state. Grissom, yeah, that's, easy. Oh, don't do him like that. Oh, no.
My.
Man.
That wasn't fair there for Diffenbach, was it?
I'm gonna take this interception, go around my back, and lay it in off you. And he's had a night, and most of his points, I believe, coming right there within 2 feet of the basket.
Wide open in the corner. Oliver Overmeyer can't get it to go.
That was an interesting shot, to say the least.
Grissom, see if he's still feeling it. Here is Cardinal. His shot, no. But
Gets
Cardinal hustles after it. Oh. Tough call there for Bryson Cardinal.
Woof.
Don't forget Super Bowl Sunday. Want a place to go eat, watch the game? Go to Aspen Creek Grill. Amazing fresh food. Servers that genuinely care about their service. Aspen Creek Grill, 866-885-3249. Just for Cardinal hustling after, there's a unforced turnover. Just for Bryson hustling after the ball the way he did after the missed shot, you don't want to take that away from him right there.
Yeah.
Didn't look like there was enough contact.
No. You basically just said, hey, we're not going to award you for your aggression and following your shot and being stronger than your opponent.
Pictuzis out of the game now. They're going to try to hold on to him a little bit, but they may be too late. Grissom, the nice spin floater, good. He's got it today.
Yeah, it's been the Grissom takeoff day.
19 now for Grissom.
Justin,
averages 13.
Justin, did you like that NASA reference there? Did you get that? Attaboy.
Ball loose on the floor.
We got the A team here today.
We do.
Me, you.
It's about time, huh?
Ben, Justin.
Grissom back the other way, got a jump ball.
Good block there.
Well, it takes a lot to get us out on a Saturday afternoon.
Ooh.
You have to really.
I almost didn't make it. I was like, oh, 7:30 game. What am I going to do all day? Be lazy.
Nope, you're not.
No, we've got a great group here at IndianaSRN, our entire staff. But
Culver down by 20 here in the fourth quarter. They got it to within 6 in the third.
A couple weeks before the selection show, missed 3. That's what I like about Cardinal. He can grab that rebound and push the tempo. A lot of big guys will grab that board and look for that outlet pass, but Cardinal can bring it up himself, and that's huge. And I think will be a key in the tournament of saying, hey, when you grab that basketball, you just go, brother. We trust you to bring it up, set our offense, let's roll with it.
By the way, Cole Hollick is in as well now for Culver, and we got a foul call.
Fouls on Guerin Catholic, number 35, Bryson Cardinal.
Cardinal just picked up his 4th, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout. It's a 20-point lead.
I feel like there hasn't been a lot of time.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
broadcast brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like more information or like to volunteer, give them a call, 317-686-6239.
You know, Troy, I talk about the next couple of months, you know, March, April, May being this best 3-month stretch. You know, you got the Super Bowl tomorrow. You've got some awesome high school hoops. We're gonna have some state champions over the next month or so in both boys and girls basketball. We got you covered right here at IndianaSRN. We've got, you know, baseball right around the corner.
Yep.
Racing, Daytona a few weeks away. NBA, of course, one of the best sporting events in the world, the NCAA tournament. Dunk that.
Nice play there by Jack Christensen. First bucket of the fourth.
This Culver team has pieces. Okay, they do a lot of things right. You know, you may look back and say, well, you know, 13 minutes of not scoring the basketball is probably not going to happen all too often.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
The miss. How about the run at the other end and the alley-oop there to Grissom?
Man, we're just going to call that painted area down there the Grissom land because most of his points have came via the layup.
Yeah. His shooting percentage will really be good after this one. Coming up on 3 minutes.
20-point lead.
Yeah, I think you're right about Culver. They got a lot of pieces. I would rather, if I could, I'd rather just see them come out and play. Just have fun with it, right?
Yeah, I just, you know, as we talked about, that first quarter where they slowed things down. I mean, we're talking minute 25-second possessions. And they got themselves out to an 8-3 lead. But once that changed, it was like, oh, boy, we're going to go from slowing this thing down and having it, you know, a very low-scoring game to, oh, boy, we got to get going now. Now we're down. Now we're panicked. Just come out and play your basketball.
Yeah.
You know, get some good looks. They've shot in the three pretty well today.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what their identity is. Moran's in the lane.
And to slow it up here, get a good look at a bucket. Grissom stepped out. Yeah. Got a little bit too far ahead of himself. No harm, no foul.
8 turnovers as Pictuzis back in. He's playing with those 4 fouls. We'll also see Diffenbach come back in.
Alex Diffenbach for Culver.
Be interesting to see who Guerin draws in the upcoming.
Yeah, the upcoming sectional tournament right around the corner. We're not too far away. Of course, today is girls sectional championship Saturday.
Sorry, wrong pipe.
It's all right, I understand.
Wrong piper.
Pictuzis with the basketball. See, even now they're using too much clock.
Yeah. But if you're Culver, you're going, look, we've played one of the top teams in the state to the brink. And at times in this game, we played well against the third-ranked team in the state for Class 3A. We've learned what works, which is we can shoot threes, we can get good looks, and we can defend.
Yeah.
What doesn't work? Slowing it down, forcing things, especially inside out.
Yeah, I don't mind slowing things down, but not the first quarter.
Yeah, and you know what? I think if you're Guerin, you know, Coach Allen, I think you're going to look at this game, and it's almost like you almost played 2 different games. Check it in and splash it at home.
House with the 3.
His second of the night. Good to see him back after the concussion. The lefty with the trigger puts it in. But, yeah, I think if you're Guerin, you feel like you played 2 different games here, right? I mean, you felt like that first quarter was like a full game in itself. And then you go on a 20-0 run. That's like a full half, and you did that over a quarter. So this is one of those battle-tested games, and I know you're going to look at the box score, and everybody's going to say, oh, they handled Culver 49-28 or whatever this final ends up being. You win by 18+, let's call it. And you say, look, this is a battle-testing game because we saw different offensive sets from Culver. We saw a couple different defensive sets of theirs. And again, you feel like you play 2 or 3 different games out here this afternoon. Oh, and by the way, usually you're done with a game and it's 9 o'clock-ish. Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We go home and catch the Pacer game.
By the way, that was a timeout, more of a timeout to get subs in, but they went ahead and take the 30. Want to remind you, today's game brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. Give them a call, 765-446-1502. And don't forget the Morales Group postgame show. And Tony will be naming the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. I kind of think we know who that will be, so it'll be a little bit of a mystery until Tony makes up his mind who it will be.
Yeah, no.
Don't say it.
I won't. You're going to have to wait.
Don't spoil everybody's fun here.
The Piper Logistics Player of the Game. Got a good thought of who it would be.
Jack Tolles with his first basket. As we've made it under a minute remaining here this afternoon. That's going to be a kick ball. So Guerin's going to win their 17th game of the season, and they'll now be the winners of 11 of their last 12. Wasn't always pretty, as we talked about in that first quarter, but sometimes you win games ugly, sometimes you don't.
And that's what March is about, winning ugly when you need to, surviving and advancing, making adjustments. And this Guerin Catholic team made probably 3 to 4 different adjustments in this game, both offensively and defensively, which is what the tournament's about, because you have to adjust, and you have to adjust quickly. And sometimes you have to adjust in the first minute, 43 seconds of the game, because you're down 5-0 or you're down 6-0 and you put everybody on the bench.
They're going to hold it for the final 10 as Guerin will win this one here this afternoon, 51-28. The key was really holding Culver to 0 points in that second quarter. We'll take a timeout. The Morales Group postgame show is next here on IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Today's postgame show brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Whether you're looking to start a new career or grow your team with exceptional talent, the Morales Group is here to help you succeed. As mentioned, Guerin goes to 17-3. Culver Academy, after a 3-game winning streak, they've now lost their last 3 games. They fall to 9-6 on the season. We're going to name the Piper Logistics Player of the Game, but I know you have the final stat sheet. Though Culver made a run there in the third, got it down to 6, they weren't able to sustain that final drive, and then Guerin kind of took over from there.
Yeah, Guerin shot relatively well from the field tonight at 51%, just 30% from downtown, 61% from the free throw line, 39% is what Culver Academy shot, 33% from downtown. 8 different players scored for Guerin Catholic in this contest. But as you mentioned, 17-0. They outscored them in the second quarter and 11-5 in the fourth quarter for this 51-28 victory.
Time to name the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. From warehousing to transportation, Piper Logistics delivers solutions that keep you on the move. With efficiency and reliability, Piper Logistics gets the job done, and the player of the game is?
Our boy Jay Grissom, 9 of 12 from the field, 8 of 10 from inside the three-point line. He did knock down a 3-ball, and it felt like all 8 of those came right at the cup, right off the window. He ends up with 21 points. 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. So a big-time game there for Grissom this afternoon.
Yeah, after he and the other 4 starters were benched very early, they came back, got the message, and then pulled out the win here today. So Jake Grissom is the Piper Logistics player of the game. Want to remind you, check out IndianaSRN.org for all of our games coming up next week. And certainly want to thank everybody here today. We didn't get a chance to hear Tony sing, but next time he's here, Guerin, we'll make sure we get you down there. We can hear that fine voice of yours. For the entire crew, thanks for being with us. Great job as always. Final score, Guerin 51, Culver Academy 28. This has been high school basketball on Indiana SRN.